The following program was pre-recorded. And now, here's Hank Hanegraaff.
Thank you very much, Randy. Let's go right to the calls. First up, Joel in Saddlebrook, New Jersey. Hi, Joel.
How you doing, Hank?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I enjoy your show. I called in last night and I was on hold, and I got to listen to the guy who started your evening with that very, for me, it was a very disturbing phone call. And my question to you tonight is concerning the Job, which fit in last night with that gentleman that was calling concerning the suicide. God bless him, and I hope we all can pray for him and know that better days are ahead. When you reach that point, only better days can be ahead. I'm more a reference to the Job in the Bible. I don't read the Bible as much as I should, but I'm the Job character in the Bible, and I just wanted to get your take on how you think the change came to Job. In your opinion, what was the major change to Job to make him just realize all the things he was doing were wrong and all the way he was living was wrong? I was raised without a father. That's why I love when you address your family, as you do often. I've never seen a picture of my dad. I have no idea who it is. God has blessed me with two beautiful daughters, and my deal to God was if he ever blessed me that way, I would never check out on my kids the way somebody checked out on me. And I come to find out as I'm getting older, I'm 49 years old, I have a daughter off to college. I'm very proud of my family. I didn't repeat the cycle. And I come to find out I have some issues that I'm dealing with that bother me, how this man could do this to me, not personally do it to me, but scar me in this way. And I just find myself not achieving true happiness. And I'm very successful on the outside world, and the outside of me looks great, but the inside of me is not right. And I know that because of this issue. And this issue, I just can't shake it. And I've tried many times to give it to the Lord. I spoke to my pastor about it. And I'm just not fully surrendering to it. There's nothing I can do to change it. This is a situation that can never, ever, ever be changed. I can never find him. He's passed. I can never speak to him. And it just really doesn't resonate well with me. I can't get rid of it. Your thoughts, Hank, please.
Yeah, well, the story of Job is an interesting story in the Bible in that Job was a righteous man. And yet Job suffered more in a single day than most of us will suffer in a lifetime. And yet in the midst of his suffering, Job was able to trust God. And it was counted as righteousness for him in that he is today in the Faith Hall of Fame. Job said, "Though he slay me, yet will I trust in him." So Job truly had an eternal perspective. But Job did make a mistake. And the mistake that Job made was to ask the why question. Why did this happen? And the answer to that question was God thundering back. At the end of Job, God responds to Job out of the thunderstorm and says, "Who is this that darkens my counsel?" And in effect, God goes on to say to Job, "You can't understand how I create a tiny drop of dew. How can you understand what's going on in the heavenlies?" And the takeaway from all of that ultimately is this: we don't understand. And we shouldn't ask the why question. The reason for that is God has given us enough information so that we can know beyond the peradventure of a doubt that we can trust him in the midst of our whys. We know that God is trustworthy. And therefore, whether or not we have an answer to the question why, we can trust God, and that's the takeaway. So you've gone through difficult circumstances in your life, but they pale comparison to what Job endured. And you will never have those questions fully resolved in this life. In fact, Philip Yancey once well said that Christianity doesn't give us a peaceful way to come to terms with the maladies or the difficulties of life, but it gives us something far better, a way to overcome them through resurrection. And that ultimately is the message of the Bible. It's the cornerstone. We will be resurrected. And in the meantime, we have to be those who occupy, not only fulfill the Great Commission, but we have to fulfill the cultural mandate. We are stewards of the creation that God has left us to tend, and He's coming back to see how good a job we did. So often in Christianity, we think we're going to go up there somewhere, but that is hardly the case. God is going to come to live with us. Heaven and earth will one day be conjoined together, and we will live in resurrected bodies with a resurrected Christ. I've written about this in various places, but perhaps the best place, particularly in light of your question, Joel, is my book, The Covering God's Plan to Protect You from Evil. Let's go back to the